Let's see who it is. Jerome's in the house. Live from the BDH. I'm here, baby. That boy good. That boy good. That boy good.
Every legend has a story. Every story has a beginning. New energy, new show, new money. Coming soon to the BDH the D-Money Show. Live on YouTube. Weekdays at 1:30 p.m. Eastern.
Took those buys off the 200 level. Who's doing it like we doing it at the BDH, the D-Money Show, Power Hour? Nobody's doing it like us, chat. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I close. I'm out. Where's my money bucket? Where's that money bucket at? It's raining money, chat. It's raining money. The market maker's raining money on me. We got a visitor, chat. Let's see who it is. Jerome's in the house. Live from the BDH. I'm here, baby. That boy good. That boy good. That boy good. Jerome's in the house. Jerome is in the house, guys. What is going on? The D-Money Show is live from the BDH. Let's go. That's right, guys. You guys been asking. Jerome made a guest appearance. Nice blowout. I appreciate it. I had to pick it out, chat. I had to pick it out. Let's go. I'm ready for the session. Jerome up in the house. That's right. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. We are back. Let's go. Bro, I opened up the live to a wild surprise. Let's go. That's right. You never know what you're going to get on the D-Money Show for Power Hour, guys. You never know. Let me get my music streaming. 1 second. We live. Let's go. We number one, chat. We number one for Power Hour. I don't know if you guys seen the views, but I'm just saying. We take it over. Jerome seems like he's bigger than D-Money. That's right. Small alter ego, guys. Am I ready for Trump trade 2.0? Man, you never know, right? All right, can you guys hear the audio, the music okay? Just want to make sure. I think yesterday the music was a little low. Wasn't happy about that. So can you guys hear the music in the background pretty good? Larry B says there's no music. All right, so somebody's saying the music is all right. I see everybody. Somebody's saying the music is good, all good. All right, so I'm gonna roll with that, right? So what is going on, BDH fam? We back for another day, day number 4 officially of the D-Money Show. Let's go. Juan Pablo, D-Money, what do you do when you go on tilt? Take a break. That's what I do. All right, so I want to kind of see what we got going on here, right? So We got some trickery in the market, it seems like. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we do have higher highs that were put in. This is the 4-hour chart that I'm looking at. So we had a high that was put in at 25,180. Lower high put in 24,733. Sorry, yeah, lower high put in compared to the previous swing low. So I am very interested to see how this 4-hour candle closes at 2 p.m. Hell, Root, D-Money is 100% cool, but the white background is the only downside. Hey, your chart is your chart, right? So whatever you're comfortable with, however you trade. I'm just trying to make a little money. D-Money trying to make a little monies. Loving your hair. Hey, I appreciate it. I got it blowed out. I apologize. I left my pick in the car, chat. Let's go. I'm trying to see if I got enough volume in it, chat, for it to bounce in the direction that I'm vibing. I'm trying to catch a vibe today, you know? Let's go. Neela, what's up? Afro is in. Nice hair, D-Money. I appreciate it. Jacob, what type of account do you trade? Personal or prop? So currently right now I'm actually trading 4 Lucid 150K straight to funded accounts. And I'm also going to be adding some Apex 150K accounts to the arsenal. So I actually passed 4 more of the 150K Apex accounts. So I'm up to 5 now that's passed. So I'm still trying to get to 20. So, but I'm going to be adding those as well to the arsenal. Roses and buds. That's the kind of hair you wear when your pockets are full. Well, got to try to keep the pockets full today, right? So I'm going to see what the market sets up with. We've had some pretty interesting price action the last couple of days in the afternoon. So yesterday, right before 1:30, we had a 200-point sell-off and then a wick of 200+ points back up to the upside. So order flow, ask Pat for a loan and get them 20 accounts. So I actually have the 20 evals. I'm just passing them slowly but surely, right? So I had an issue with my trade copier on the first day. They would have been passed already. So I'm just trading what I see, right? Somebody said your hair grew out fast. Yeah, Miracle Grow. I got a trick. Miracle Grow. All right, so Rahid, D-Money, so you will wait for the 4-hour candle to even consider taking any trades, correct? Yes. So today I'm going to wait for this 4-hour candle to close because I need to see if it's going to close above or below the 14 and the 50 EMA on the 4-hour chart. Right now it's closing bearish, right? So I am keeping an eye on that. So let me switch to the 1-hour chart. So this is the current 1-hour candle. When you look to the left, and I saw somebody mention it in the chat a little bit earlier, they're like, the market did the same thing yesterday. Yeah, so this is you know what's funny about it? This is actually the wick to the left from yesterday's 1 o'clock candle that pushed up, and then we pretty much just kind of stayed in the range. So it's been craziness going on. J Motherhood TR, that boy good. D-Money. Hey, I appreciate it, man. It's Jerome today. Right, Jerome in the house. Let's go. Haha, you look like Sponge Pop. I think you were saying SpongeBob without a pop. LOL. All right, Benny, we're gonna drop to catch that wick today. Possibility. I'm just gonna wait and let the market set up, right? So that's why I'm gonna wait for this current candle, this current 1 hour candle to close, which is gonna coincide with the open of a new 4 hour candle. All right, so go your own way. Trump threatening to send U.S. troops to Gaza. Hamas, I guess on True Social. That's what you're saying, right? So, yeah, so that explains why we got some sell-off. So let's go to the 5-minute chart. All right, so this is the 5-minute chart. And we had some selling pressure since a little bit after 11 o'clock, and we put in a low of 24,732, and then now we're currently retesting the EMAs on the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart that I'm currently looking at, right? And I want to see how price is going to react going into the close of this current candle. Good to have company trading. Oh, of course, Benny. Benyo or Benio. Yeah, Robert, D-Money, you sure can read those candle stems. So, just from experience, blowing accounts, trial and error, going through the fire, right? That's why. Unequivocally me. I needed you this morning for the patience. I blew my XFA account. Yeah, so patience, it sounds easier said than done. It takes a lot of work and willpower. Even yesterday, so when I kind of logged into the stream, I did see that there was quite a few people in the chat saying like, oh, where's D-Money at? He's missing the drop. You know, I was still able to catch some trades. You're not going to catch every move. So just got to be patient. Do I trade better with shades on? We're going to find out. Right? So I might take them off if I need to see something clear. But I mean, I can see pretty well right now. So trade day 2025. You're so quiet. Really? I feel like I'm talking a lot here. So Colombian show, were you patient from the beginning or you had to learn it? So I actually had to learn it. I used to have a lot of FOMO, fear of missing out on trades. So if I saw a price moving in one direction, I wanted to catch it. And as soon as I got in for a sell, if the price was dropping, it would start reversing and blow an account, right? For the most part. So yeah, Neo, I don't use the 5-minute chart. So the lowest I go is the 5-minute chart. I don't go down. I haven't had a ton of luck with the 1-minute chart, so I stick to the 5-minute chart or higher. So primarily my trades, I'm looking at the 4-hour and the 1-hour chart, and I'm trying to get a bias. And then I'm going down to the 1-hour chart possibly for an entry so I can measure my stop loss and keep it as small as possible. Does that mean your stop needs to be wider? So by using a smaller time frame, I can kind of get a gauge because I use the 14 and the 50 EMA a lot of times as areas where my stop loss would possibly be. So if we break below the 14 EMA as an example, maybe my stop loss is right below it. If we push above it to the 50, maybe my stop loss coincides with it, right? It just depends on the trade. And you'll see that today as I kind of look while the 14 EMA, it's a preference thing. There's no, everybody has, you know, different setups, you know, how they trade EMAs and other indicators. I just basically stumbled upon the 14 and the 50 EMA when I first started trading, and it stuck. Am I doing micro or mini? No, yeah. So I actually trade minis. I don't trade micros. Robert M. Patrick was asking for you this morning. He said, what would D-Money do on this 1 hour candle? Yeah, so you know what's funny about that? So, and I mentioned that on one of the streams when I was, you know, live with PW. So what I'm trying to gain from him is getting better at trading the open, because I feel like he's the best trader at trading the open in full transparency, and I think I even told him that on the stream. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to gain from him, is trying to pick his brain and see how he kind of dissects it, the open, and how he kind of picks right spots for momentum. So, but I do use 1 hour candles. I use 4 hour candles. Like I said, I was able to pass more evals today on Apex. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. What indicator is the red and blue line? Yeah, that's actually the 14 in it. So that's my 14 and 50 EMA. Let me just map this out real quick, because honestly, I didn't do it today. So normally what I do, I just map out previous days, high and low, right? So just so I kind of know where I'm at on the chart on all time frames. 663.25. All right. And hold on 1 second. Map this out. All right, I'll play around with that later. Yeah, so that's what those lines are, right? So that's the previous day's high and low. All right, so we have about 9 minutes before the close of this current 1 hour candle and the open of the next 1 hour candle and 4 hour chart. So as of right now, we're rejecting the 50 EMA, and it's starting to form an EMA cross to the downside, right? Which is bearish, which means that this is a 30-minute chart. It's already kind of pushed down, put in a low, came back up to the 14 and the 50 EMA, and then now it's starting to reject again, right? So what I would like to see is price close bearish, maybe push up, do a little retest, and continue down for more downside, right? So that's the thought process right now. D-Money used to be in the mod squad. I knew he looked familiar. Do you trade those crosses? Yes, I do trade. I'm a price action trader. Five minute is nothing but bearish rejection. Yeah, so I mean, we had sell off to the downside. We had selling pressure. Price pushed up to the EMAs in between the 14 and the 50 on the 5 minute chart, and it's starting to reject. Correct. You only trade the morning and power hour? Yes, for the most part. Yeah, I don't trade Asian session. I don't trade London session. I only stick to the open in the morning and power hour time frame. Patrick, please get this black guy away. We want you, bro. Hey. Everybody has a preference, right? So Jensen, D-Money, how do you set the stop to avoid stop out? So, well, I mean, I'm gonna measure my trade as far as how much I'm willing to lose on the trade, and I mean, go from there. Right now, I mean, it's looking like new lows want to be put in, but 1 hour's looking weak right now. 4 hours looking. You know, what's interesting with the 4-hour chart is that we weren't able to put in a lower low compared to yesterday's 10 o'clock 4-hour candle as of yet, right? Because we still have time. So yeah, Rob Fox. Yeah, I agree. He might need the VIP treatment, but yep, he got it. He gone. He gone. Jim Park, D-Money, you handled that comment like a gentleman. Mad respect, bro. Yeah. So listen, at the end of the day, I'm grateful to be here. I'm not gonna let a comment or two get me off of my game, right? I'm here to try to make money on these trades, take the right setups, provide value. That's it, right? So do I have fish tank boots on? No, I do not. I'm rocking some Adidas. Let's go. Yeah, but that was an insult. Yeah, it was, but it's all about how you react to certain things, right? Like, it's an insult if you let it, get to you. That's the thing. Words are just words at the end of the day, right? So, not worried about it. Jeremy Kent. Exactly. That boy gone. That boy gone. Can I connect my account to TradingView? So, guys, I literally switch over and show you the trades, right? So, I hope your P&L for the day is as big as your hair. Yeah, I hope so. That's the plan. I mean, I am feeling pretty good that like I said, I was able to add more PAs for Apex to the arsenal today. So now I want to make some money on these straight to funded accounts for sure. Can I copy trade your account? That would be a negative. Yeah, guys, if you haven't, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I would appreciate it. Mucho gracias. And host, join the chat. Just join the chat. D-Money making me grin big. You rock that afro look. Hey, I appreciate it. You know? Like I said, guys, if you've been tuning into the streams, which I appreciate the overwhelming response to the D-Money show. So I'm super grateful. And my thought process is to make Power Hour and my show fun, right? And keep it light. So that's what I'm doing. Let's go. D-Money, you're on YouTube. It's obvious some people are going to criticize you and we'll have some haters, so don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I'm not listen, I'm blessed to be here. Right? I'm never gonna lose context of that. Straight out of 1967 with that hair. That was when I was in my prime. I was in my prime in 67, chat. You know how the old school people, they always have, right? They always got a year that they were in their prime, supposedly, right? That was my prime year, 1967. Yeah, we got about a minute left. I'm waiting for this 1 hour candle to close. So it is. All right, so that's my 1 minute alert. So we got about a minute left for this candle to close, right? So I'm going to be looking to see how it closes out. Obviously right now it's bearish. So buys for me are not in play right now, only because on the higher time frames, we're not above the 14 or the 50 EMA. Do have to be cautious because we're actually kind of stuck in a range, but I don't see buyers at the moment myself, right? To each his own, but all right, so here's the close of the 1 hour candle. Here's the open of the next 4 hour candle. So what I would like to see is price maybe push up and test the 920 area, maybe up a little bit more, form a top wick, and then maybe reject down. So I'm gonna be kind of watching to see if that happens. D-Money, how long have you been trading and when did you start your breakthrough? I've been trading for 10 years. I was fortunate enough to get payouts when I was trading Forex through Funded Trader, Funded Engineer. If you guys out there have traded like Forex before, when Forex was pretty much popping, right? Before all the scams and like all that stuff. So 879. D-Money, my respect for you. Skyrocketed with the way you handled that bozo and elevated his status to VIP. Yeah, you can't let people get to you, right? At the end of the day. So that's what they want. They want a crazy reaction from you. So if you give it to them, that's exactly what they want. So all right, I'm trying to see if price is gonna hold this level. So on the 1 hour chart, we got a small wick. I wanted more of a retest back up to the upside before dropping, but right now we're just kind of dropping. The wick on a 1 hour candle is only about 7 points, so that's not a big retest. So I'm just trying to wait to see if we get a deeper retest back up, preferably, and then start rejecting, but we might not get it, right? So I'm just being patient to see. But if I'm taking a sell right now, my stop would have to be back in between the EMAs, because I'm using the EMAs as resistance, as a resistance area, right? So that's how I trade. Let's see, 807, 869. No, it's not an 80-point stop. Like if I'm taking a sell on this, it's not going to be an 80-point stop. I can tell you that for sure. So I'm just trying to wait to see how this first 5 minute candle of the first hour, this hour or 4 hour candle opens, right? I'm waiting for the close of this first 5 minute candle. We got about 2 minutes left. I want to see if it rejects the 14 or if it pushes up and closes higher. My EMAs are the 14 and 50. Yes, this is NASDAQ, correct. This is NASDAQ. All right, so we're starting to push down. check something. All right, so this is a 15-minute chart. We do have lows down here that can be retested, taken out possibly 732. I like to wait for the first 5-minute candle to open and close before kind of, you know, I'm not going to hop in at the beginning of a candle because a lot of times the top wick gets formed. So trying to be patient. Might be a higher low in the 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it just depends, right? I'm letting price kind of, right now it wants lower, clearly, because it's rejecting the 14 EMA on a 5-minute chart. So I'm going to wait for the open of the next 5-minute candle. I would like to see price push up, do a retest, respect the EMAs, and then continue down, right? If it's going to continue. Modern life, groovy today I see. Hey, I try, you know? All right, so this 5-minute candle is going to close. I would like to see a push. Let me check the 1 hour really quick. All right, so we're pushing down. So the only concern I have is that we got no wick. There's a very small wick on this current 1 hour candle to the upside. Like 7-8 point wick, right? I mean, that's nothing on a 1 hour candle. So that's my only concern. So I'm gonna kind of be cautious of that, but I would like to see a push back up on the 5-minute chart. Might not get it. So sometimes you know, I'm waiting, but I would like to see a push back up to maybe challenge like 838. And then I can kind of measure my stop a little bit better. So I just want a deeper retest back up on this current 5-minute candle. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not. 803. D-Money, I'm already in sell. Hey, if you're already in sell, congrats. But I don't trade like that, right? I don't get in on the first 5-minute candle of a 1 hour candle opening because a lot of times it forms a top wick. Sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of times it does. So Charting Queen, what's up? I've been in the short at the open. Nice. Corey Mullins, 1,500. Thanks, D-Money. Hey, congrats, man. All right, so when I talk about retest, I'm always trying to measure my stop. Like, where would my stop loss be? So if I got short right now, how big will my stop loss be? Well, the 14 EMA is all the way back at 860. So I'm not gonna chase that. So 804, let me see something. All right, so on a 1 hour chart, price is basically just pushing straight down. No wick on the top side, right? 6, 7 points. That happens sometimes. The last time we were in this area, we had a reaction. So curious to see if that stays true to itself to say today, right? Not sure. But what I was looking for is more of a retest back up before getting short, but you don't always get what you want in trading. Mark Colo lost 1,700 this morning. I only trade with you from now on. Yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, I take losses as well, guys. I would be lying if, you know, if I said otherwise. I just try to measure my trades out and take the best possible setups that I can take. So that's it. I'm not perfect either. I lost all 5 funded accounts today, and today was my payout day. Man, I've been there before. Trust me, I've been there before. A couple $100 away from payout, and all I'm thinking about is the payout, and I ended up losing the account. So that's why I try to block it out. All right, so this is a 30-minute chart. We do have a bearish EMA cross on the 30-minute chart as well. Announcement at 3. Trump talking. What you doing at 3, bro? So he's talking again at 3. It's like every day now, right? Let me pull that up real quick. We have the news on in the background, so I'm looking. He's not there yet, but let me pull it up and see. Well, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be cautious, right? So I'm gonna let price dictate my moves as best as I can, right? Will I miss some trades? Absolutely 100%. So that's just, you know, that's part of trading. Did I have my own show before joining the BDH? No, I did not. So that's why I'm grateful for PW giving me the opportunity. And that's why I'm not gonna let, you know, somebody with a negative comment ruin my vibe, right? Why would I? Too blessed to be stressed. 803. All right, so last time we were in this area on the lower time frame, we did have a reaction back to the upside. We haven't gotten, you know, I don't like that we haven't gotten any kind of top wick retest on the 1 hour chart, and we very well might not, right? So you don't always get what you want. So I'm just trying to wait to see if I can get some kind of retest back to the upside. Maybe we swipe these lows and we get a retest back up and then rejection. Jerome looks like Howard Stern. You are a perfect compliment to PW's wild side. Glad to have you. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I'm thankful and humble to be here. Just being me, right? So, all right, so we're kind of stuck in this area. We didn't get a deep enough retest for me, so I'm just kind of waiting to see how price. And I'm also cautious that this candle's only been open for 12 minutes, right? This 1 hour candle's only been open for 12 minutes. So I don't feel like I have to rush anything. If the trend is going to be continued down, right? I mean, I should be able to catch. All right, so we just swiped this 12 o'clock low. It takes a lot to sit in front of a computer all day and not get the confirmation for shorts. Yeah, everybody trades differently, right? So if you tune into the stream, you're going to see I take the same trades over and over. So what I want is a retest. That's what I want, because there's plenty of times where, and maybe you don't get it, and then I'll just, like I said, if we swipe, come back up, you know, and reject again, I'll go short. But I'm trading higher time frame bias, right? I'm not going to change how I trade. I don't trade the first 5-minute candle of the higher time frame because a lot of times it'll reverse back the opposite way and put in a top wick before it drops, and that's what I was looking for, and it didn't happen. So you don't always get it. D-Money, do you like ice cream? All right, so this is kind of like what I was saying. All right, so this is the 15-minute chart. And as you can see, right, we pretty much, you didn't get a ton of retests. So just being patient. Sherwin, what's up from South Africa? Hey, what's up? All right, so this 15-minute candle is gonna close. Put in new lows. Switch to 5-minute chart. It's a buy now for a quick retest. Yeah, I don't see any buys in play right now. I mean, we're below all the EMAs on every time frame. So 4-hour chart, we're below the EMAs. 1-hour chart, we're below the EMAs. So I'm looking for sells. I just wanted more, you know, kind of wanted to wait for the first 5-minute candle, and then with the, so the reason why I didn't enter initially is because the first 5-minute candle closed at around 794. So if I entered on the next 5-minute candle at 205, my stop for me would have to be like 50, 60 points. And I wasn't really willing to give it that. So that's why I'm saying I would rather wait for a retest. So I'm just being patient. I saw Trump has something to say at 3 p.m. Yeah, that's what somebody's telling me. All right, so we just tapped the previous day's low, and it looks like we swiped it. So we put in a lower low compared to yesterday. This is a daily chart. I would expect probably some kind of reaction back to the upside. And that was probably what? That was a 30-point reaction. Yeah, previous daily low taken, exactly. Previous daily low just got taken out. So if I kind of set it up on the 30-minute chart, so this is a 30-minute chart when you look to the left. And that's why I'm kind of being cautious, right? Because we had like some trickery going on for the last couple days during this session. The last time we were in this area, price push, we had a retracement back to the upside of 300 plus points, right? So if I was in sales, I would have probably already taken profit, and I would not be holding here because of what happened when you look to the left yesterday. But that's just me. Everybody's different. My guy just staring at the chart. So 45 degree. How many trades have you taken today? Steve, what's up? Yeah, so you're tuning in, brother, right? So this is the thing. My trading style is how I trade, right? So if you kind of continue to tune in, you'll see that I'm not going to change my trading style and force trades. So I didn't get a deep retest. That happens. That's trading, right? So just waiting to see if I can get another entry. Sometimes it's like that. Is it a little frustrating that I didn't get what I wanted? Absolutely 100%. I mean, I'm not going to lie about that, but I mean, it happens. Is there still time left? Yep. It's only 2:19. I typically don't trade at 1:30, so I'll wait for the 4-hour candle to open. It's only been open for 20 minutes. All right, so let's see if we get a reaction back to the upside and a rejection. We're gonna see. Chris, me, the little brother from Kimbo. Greetings, DMONEY from Frankfurt. Great first week from you. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I really do. I appreciate it. Well, trades, I agree. Pick a setup and trade it over and over. And that's exactly what I'm doing, right? So I didn't get a retest. I'm waiting for some kind of reaction up here. That's all. Not going to catch every move. I wish I was that good, guys, honestly, right? So, but I'm not. So that's trading sometimes. All right, so we're kind of reacting off of this previous level that we had a crazy reaction from yesterday. So, and this is why I'm kind of saying what I was saying. So this area yesterday was the wick on the bottom of that candle was 240 points back up to the upside after the drop. And then, strangely enough, Trump is supposedly speaking again today at 3 o'clock. So, all right, so here's a reaction back to the upside. I want to see if we can get back up and maybe start to reject, and then I'll look for a short. ERP Media, DMONEY, if I buy 10 Apex evals today but cannot pass them today, which is the last day of promo, 80% off, 85% activation, will 85 still apply if I pass next week? So I believe that the promo, today's the last day. So if you go to the Apex website, the countdown is like today's the last day. So typically at midnight, that sale expires. Whether or not they're going to extend it or not, that remains to be seen. All right, so here's the pushback up that I was kind of talking about, right? Here's the reaction. Sean, I see. Yeah, could be today's the last day until they do the same thing tomorrow. Yeah, you never know, right? So yes, yeah, I see that overnight fishing, or sorry, overboard fishing team. It's swept the overnight lows or previous day's lows. So now I want to wait and see if I can, what direction they're going to take price. because a new low was basically put in, right? Compared to yesterday, this is a daily chart. This is a nasty daily candle because we did put in a higher high compared to yesterday's high, but we started rejecting back down, right? So, and when you look at the last couple of days, we're kind of barcoding. So we've been like stuck in this range. Price will push to the upside and come back down. Price will push to the downside and go back up, right? So Javier, yeah, I agree. Don't force a trade. Yeah, what I would like to happen is price starts to push up like it's doing now and show weakness and reject these areas up here. And if that happens, I'm gonna go short. But a lot of times when you sweep the previous day's low, price trends higher for the rest of the day. So now I am going to be cautious here because I can kind of measure out, like if I take I'm going to start looking at the wicks on the 5-minute chart. And the top of the wicks could be stop losses for me if I join in. So I'm just kind of watching that as well. All right, so we got about 5 minutes left on this 30-minute chart. We're closing bearish as of right now. Will it push lower? 742. D-Money, how did your hair grow so fast? It was actually Miracle Grow. I put Miracle Grow on it last night. When I woke up, it was like this. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. So Gatekeeper Soul Glow, exactly. All right, so I want to see if we start to kind of like hang out in this area, and then like I said, if so and show weakness, then maybe my stop is above like the previous 5-minute candle's high. If I'm looking to go short. And we got about 2.5 minutes left, so on this candle. Trading with Jimi Hendrix, yeah, something like that, right? AKA Jerome. Yeah, I would love like a push up, retest these EMAs and start to reject. I would love that, but if I don't get it, I don't get it. I'm gonna, like I said, if I enter a short, I'm gonna be measuring this stop based off the previous highs candle. That way it can be somewhat controlled. So if this candle closes bearish, failed to put in a higher high, so I'm going to be keeping that in mind, and I'll see if I get an entry. Yeah, so Steven, typically, yeah, my stop will be above the EMAs, but I'm not going to, if price doesn't get back to the EMAs. So what it tells me right now is that price has already probably got there on the 1 minute chart, 2 minute chart, 3 minute chart, and it's rejecting back down, right? So because I've watched it long enough to know that. So maybe it doesn't get there on a 5 minute chart. But we're right at an area where the only thing I don't like is I would like for it to close maybe down here, like maybe this 650 area, and then maybe push up a little bit and I can measure my stop and join the party for shorts. You got a minute left on this 30-minute candle. Yeah, exactly. Right? It already rejected on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, and sometimes, and that's what I was saying, guys, right? I don't trade the 1 minute chart, but I know that, you know, that's the case because remember, it's below every EMA on every time frame for the most part, right? So except for the daily chart, it hasn't gotten below the 50, but it's below it on every other, you know, the lower time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, all that stuff, right? So all right, so this candle's gonna close. 30-minute candle's closing in about 5 seconds. It failed to put in a lower low, so that's a little concerning. So you might get a deeper retest back up to the 14 EMA, which is at 780 area. $729. All right, I'm gonna enter a short, guys. My stop is gonna be 730, about 730. If it stops me out, that's fine. Not worried about it. But I want to see if we can get them follow through. And as I say that, right, we're kind of stalling, so. All right, I'm closing, guys. That's good enough. Let's go. So the reason why I close, all right, so let me go to the screen. Hold on 1 second. Because we're at it, we failed to put, we haven't broke that area, right? But that's almost $2,000, guys, right? So that's why I'm not rushing to force a trade. So because if you're trading multiple accounts, you can be patient. All right, so there's that break, right? You just put in a lower low. So, all right, let's go over this trade really quick. All right, so we didn't get the 5 minute retest. We didn't get the 5 minute retest of the 14 EMA, but when I saw price basically fail to put in a higher high on this 5 minute candle here, right? It couldn't put in a higher high, so I entered the trade and my stop loss was gonna be above the top of the wick. So I just basically measured it, right? So I was able to kind of control my stop. All right, so somebody's saying that the music is low. So are you, chat, are you guys able to hear the music? Is the music low? No music? Music is fine. Yes, it's all good. All right, so majority of the chat saying the music is fine. So I'm not sure if you're saying you can't hear it at all. That's kind of strange, but I just turned it up a little bit on my end, so. All right, so, but yeah, that was the thought process on the trade, guys. So now I'm just gonna wait and see if see what happens, right? So, but yeah, once you kind of, if you're copy trading, you it kind of helps you be more patient, because the thing is that if you know you're trading multiple accounts, like, you know, you can take your setups. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna pick my spots. I'm not gonna force trades. And right now we're still kind of hanging out right below the previous day's low, right? That's what that blue line is. That 663 level is yesterday's low. D-Money, what is behind me? You got PW's cars. You got a couple Porsches in here right now. Typically, I think there's at least three Porsches in here. Right now, there's two. So, let's go. All right, so prices. I know somebody was probably like, oh, why did he close? Because we're right at a resistance level. We're right at the daily level. Previous daily candles low from yesterday. You got to be cautious of that. And we're right back up, right? So this is why, you know, if you guys have been tuning in, I kind of say it all the time. Like I'm not gonna get married to trades, especially when we're close to a level that could be a little dip lower and then it'll push right back up. So this current 5-minute candle is 70 points. Think about that, right? So how do you measure your stop? 70 point 5-minute candle. It's only been open for a minute and a half. So. Jerry, Jerome's in the house. Correct. Let's go. So I do have a feeling, guys. There's more characters that are gonna make appearances on the D-Money show. So just stay tuned for that. So like I said, I want to keep it light, keep it fun, show a little bit of my personality, because if you guys watch like PW streams, like I think some of the first ones we kind of did together, I think I kind of mentioned that I love going to like comedy shows and stuff like that. So I love comedy, and I've always loved comedy, Martin and some of those old school classic shows. So just being myself, right? Who is Jerome? It's my alter ego. Let's go. Jerry, hey, we love you, D-Money. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Jose, yeah, you're correct. Chicken parm. I love chicken parm. So, you are correct. Bring more character to the next character. Yeah, it's only going to get better. Let's go.
Love Cat Williams.
Yeah, I love Cat Williams. I haven't seen him I haven't seen him live yet, though. He's actually one of the comedians I have not seen live. Dread look next. You never know. Stay tuned. No, I'm not in that trade. I took profit. I showed my screen. That was like almost $500 per account. So I'm up like 1,900, almost 1,900 for the day. All right, so right now we're just kind of stuck in this area, right? Price is pushing back up. This is a new 30-minute candle. So I'm always looking at the higher time frame to kind of get an idea of what's going on. So this is a 30-minute chart. If you notice right now, price is actually forming as a bullish pin bar. So that's why I was kind of anticipating some kind of reaction, because the last time we were in this area, which was yesterday, we had a reaction back to the upside. So that's why you have to be cautious of what price did the last time it was in an area. AK, D-Money, keep up your kindness. Don't let any negativity get to you. You are a great person. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Like I said earlier, yeah, I'm not gonna... This is my dream job, guys. So I'm well aware that, you know, there's gonna be people that say crazy things in the chat to try to get you off your game, but I'm trying to focus on taking A+ setups and making money, right? That's it. Got a couple of scalps up 1K and currently sitting on my hands. Robert Bentley. Hey, congrats. Nothing wrong with that, man. Like I said, I'll say it all the time. There's nothing wrong with taking profits. I have no shame in that, right? Green is green. Jose, I might need some Soul Glow in that fro. Yeah, you're right. I need some moisturizer. Let's go. I actually use Tradevate. So I use Tradevate Copy Trader. I'm not trading. So I do have Apex accounts that are funded, that are PAs. I need to pass. I want to trade 20 of them at a time. So I got some more evals to pass. I actually passed a few more today. It's a little frustrating, to be honest, because I should have had all 20 of them passed yesterday, and I was having a trade copier issue. So that's my fault. But I was able to get, I think, 4 more passed today. So probably within the next week and a half, I should have 20 Apex accounts funded. Have I ever had a red day? Of course, I've had red days. So yesterday, the first trade I took was a loss. So, but I ended up green on the day, right? So, and that's what I'm saying. Not every trade's gonna work, but I'm just sticking to the same process. So right now, I'm not interested in taking sells from this area, because the last time when you look to the left, price reacted with a pretty big move back to the upside. So I'm just kind of letting it play out. And I feel like Trump has had some kind of speech or a tweet or something every day at like 3 o'clock, right? That's what it feels like for the last couple of days. So we got some peeps in the chat that said that he's talking today again at 3. So I'm going to kind of wait to see what happens there, and then I'll look for the next trade, right? I'm not going to, this is the area where I'm not interested in shorting from, because we had a 200 plus point reaction back to the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a push back up to the upside, right? To do a higher retest. So this, now it's basically, this is the 1 hour chart. We swiped the previous, yesterday's low. This is a daily chart. And it's kind of nasty because you got a long wick at the top and you're forming a wick at the bottom. So that's nasty price action. And we're kind of barcoding. for the last couple days, right? Price will put in a high, drop down. Price will put in a low, push up. So I'm being cautious of that. So just waiting for the next setup. It's the bottom, go long. I mean, you could be correct. But the way that I trade is I want price to show me momentum. And for me, I do use the EMAs. Like, I want price to be back above the EMAs for me to go long. I'm not going to just jump into a trade because it's doing a retest. Right now, for me, price is just retesting. But like, how big will my stop be, right? Even on a 5-minute chart, like where would my stop logically be if I'm in the long right now? Like below this candle, well, that's 74 points, right? Below this candle, that's over 100 points. So I'm not gonna chase that. Black Mamba, yeah, I don't actually use the VIX. There's different ways of trading. I'm more of a price action trader based off of what I see on NASDAQ itself. I use the EMAs as, I guess you can say, if you want to say confluence, or right, it's in my bag as far as a resource that I use. Andres, I use 14 and a 50 EMA, 14 and a 50. All right, guys, if you have not hit the like button, please do me a solid. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Tonio, you got my 1-year-old picking his hair. Let's go. I got my pick in the car. That boy good. That boy good. Yeah, so it's interesting at this spot that it's currently at on a 5-minute chart. Like, are we going to reject the 14 EMA and push back down? Or are we going to give a huge retest, right? We're like 14 minutes away from supposedly Trump talking. So this is a wait and see time for me, right? So typically I take 2 to 3 trades per day, depending on the setup I see and the price action. You know, Trump has been, like I said, the last couple days for sure, he's been having something going on, tweeting or on the news and all that stuff. So that might kind of impact it a little bit, but that's typically I'll take 2 to 3 trades and that's it. So Steven, what's up? Hey Jerome, can you move the market like Jerome Powell does? I'm hoping the fro moves us, right? So, but I am curious to see, like, if we hold this 14 EMA, because right now we're kind of like we're back above the 14. We had a close on this 240 candle above the 14 EMA, but are we gonna hold it? But if you guys were here yesterday, you kind of saw me kind of talk about it, right? So when Trump's talking and right before he talks, you're pretty much trading a news trade at that point because you don't know the direction. I mean, the price action, it could be a 100-point plus swing either direction. So that's why, like, I'm not interested in chasing. I would rather kind of let price set up and then look for an entry. Mark Live, it's just a preference thing. I use the 14 and the 50 just as a preference. You know, there's no right or wrong. I think PW uses the 9 and the 20 EMA, right? Everybody's different. All right, so it's starting to pull back. You got about 1 minute and 45 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. It's rejecting. trying to reject the 14 EMA, but a lot can happen in a minute and a half. So Mario R, let's get 1,000 likes for D-Money. Yeah, if you could, I would appreciate it. So yeah, you got about a minute. So when price has momentum, like when price is in momentum, like when it has some volatility either direction, typically the EMAs will be respected, right? Whether bearish or bullish, not all the time, but a lot of times. So that's, since we had all this selling pressure, I'm interested to see how this candle closes. Is it going to close above or below the 14 EMA? And right now it's trying to close below it. So the wick on this current 5-minute candle is like 32 points, right? So if you got in buys, I mean, you're down, you could be down, you know, depending on where you got in, you could be down 20 to 30 points. All right, so this is the current 1 hour candle. You got 10 minutes left. You got basically a 6-7 point wick on the top of the candle, which is very strange. All right, so let's go back to the 5-minute chart. You have rejection. So the last 5-minute candle that just closed, that top wick is about 32 points. So even if I wanted to get short again, I would actually kind of measure my stop, because right now for me, I mean, that's over a 40-point stop, and that's too big for me. So my EMAs are the 14 and 50 EMA. 14 and 50 EMA. Correct. Yeah, I would have to lower my position to use that stop. Correct. But as you can see right now, right, it's trying to push back up. So, and I'm not gonna. So guys, I've gotten burned so many times entering trades at the close, right at the close of a hourly or 4-hour candle, and right at the open. So that's why I stopped myself from doing that, because a lot of times you'll get a reaction back the opposite direction, right at the close of a candle. So that's why I would rather wait. And I know, remember that person in the chat earlier was like, oh, he hasn't taken a trade yet, but I was still able to catch a short, right? So yes, correct. Looks like he's also taking trades off the 5-minute and taking confirmation by the 1 hour. Yes. So I'm looking at the 1 hour chart. I'm looking at the 4-hour chart, and I'm actually going down to the 5-minute chart so I can have a smaller stop loss, because basically for me, I use the EMAs as sometimes either stop loss areas or take profit areas. It just depends. On that trade that I took to sell, my stop loss was above the previous candle's high, because we did not get back to the 14 EMA on the 5-minute chart, right? So that's how I kind of measured it out. What's my thought process on the 50 EMA? Is it going to be a reversal? So if we get above the 50 EMA on a 5-minute chart, I will want to see like an EMA cross form, because you see how like right now you got a lot of selling pressure down to the downside, and you got an EMA cross that formed here. So yeah, if we get back above the 50 EMA, which is at 872 level, I would want to see momentum to the upside in a cross form. Then maybe I can get in on the retest of the EMA and ride the momentum back up. What time frame is this? This is the 5-minute chart. And the reason why I'm on the 5-minute, because like, so when you go to the 1 hour, it's bearish. But this is what I'm referring to, right? So measure out the wick on the bottom of the 1 hour candle. So the wick so far is about 130 points, right? You had a rejection, you had a low put in, and then price pushed up currently about 130 points off of that low. So that tells me that there's some trickery going on again. And also, let me grab this real quick. When I look to the left, this is what happened yesterday when price was in this area, right? You had a 237 point wick that was put in on the downside, right? A reversal back up. So you had a drop, you had a huge sell-off, and then you had a push back up. So that's why I'm not, you know, interested in. I took a sell, I took the profit, and now I'm kind of waiting for this candle to close out. You got Trump supposedly speaking at 3. What is trickery? Trickery is what I'm showing you on the chart, right? So because if you were bearish and you were in sells yesterday at this level, you got probably stopped out, right? If you tried to chase, if you didn't get in, like where would your stop loss be? Even on this right now, if you got in on a sell and you held it, look how much price has reversed back to the upside. You're probably stopped out or you blew your account. That's trickery to me, right? Because it was bearish and then got him. Reverse back up. Yeah, it does. I agree. It feels like a repeat of yesterday. I agree. That's why I'm going to be cautious of, you know, trying to make sure I'm not just hopping in the trade just to hop in the trade, right? I'm going to try to pick my spots like I did for that sell. Right? I entered, I saw a price here, could not put in a higher high. So my stop was above, right? So I limited my stop loss and I took a sell down, right? I closed out, seeing that we were right at a previous daily candle's low. And sure enough, we pretty much swept it and we got a reaction back up. Bobber Light, been listening to your show today. First time and enjoyed it. You have some wise points in your trading. Definitely a thumbs up. Hey, I appreciate that, man. That boy good. That boy good. Yada, yada, yada. Exactly. Trickery is manipulation. I agree. Myro Bar, I guess. How much is your account size at Apex? 100. Yes, there are 150K accounts. So I'm gonna be. So next week, guys, it sounds like I'm gonna be streaming in the morning as well. So I'll have more than likely those accounts up and running for the US session as well. So I'll be trading more than likely Apex funded accounts and my Lucid straight to funded accounts, and all of those accounts are 150K accounts. All right, so somebody put James C put headed to lower deviation of VWAP before a possible retracement. I mean, anything's possible, but like I said, with Trump getting ready to speak or make an announcement, at this point for me, it turns into a news trade, and we've seen that the last like 3 days. So I'm gonna kind of let price decide what it wants to do, and then I'll see if I can get another entry. I mean, this 1 hour candle, this is the current 1 hour candle. Look at the wick at the bottom. So this is almost like a repeat from yesterday. Just not, as of right now, it's not as big of a retest back to the upside, but this candle's wick, this current 1 hour candle's wick is 144 points. Larry B, D-Money, can you explain quickly straight to funded? Yeah, so the direct funded accounts or straight to funded accounts is basically you don't have to pass an eval. They're straight to funded. So from day one, you're funded on the account. You just have to hit your profit target in order to get a payout, and you have to be within your consistency percentage or consistency rule. Simple trader, I'm using Tradeovate. Rain, D-Money trading AM and PM next week. Let's go. Yeah, so yeah, that's the plan for next week. So all right, so this 1 hour candle is gonna close, and you got Trump that's supposedly gonna be speaking at 3. So let's see what happens. This is the open of the candle. So where is he speaking at, guys? Is it CNBC? Is it? So we got the news on in the background, and he's not on there yet. So Master Will Mobile, my God, D-Money is the truth. Hey, I appreciate that. Fox. All right, so the chat is saying that he's on Fox News. So Evie, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I won't be trading the London session. I tried that. So when I first started trading, I traded every session, and I got burned out really quick. So in full transparency, I blew a lot of accounts because your mind is only going to be sharp for so long during a trading session. So I overtraded, forced trades, got frustrated if I missed the move, and there was an appetite for destruction for me, and I blew a ton of accounts. So I do not trade London session. Nothing against the London session. There's a lot of people out there, obviously, that make a lot of money trading the London session, but I'm in the US, so if I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night to trade, like, why would I? Lewis, you don't need the wig and the glasses. Let's go. So it's my alter ego. It's Jerome, right? So all right, so now it's 3 o'clock. So you had a retest. This is the 1 hour chart that we're looking at. You got a lot of selling pressure. So we've been selling off since 11 o'clock. So let me kind of measure it out just to see how much we dropped total. About 500 points. Yeah, this is like a repeat of yesterday, guys. So that total sell-off since about 11 o'clock was about 500 points from the open of the 11 o'clock 1 hour candle, right? So Fox News waiting for live stream to start. Okay, so this blessed mess just said Fox News waiting for the live I guess stream to start. So he's gonna be speaking soon. He's typically late, so CB, how many times do they do the same trick? Yeah, it's been like the last 3 days at least. So that's why I'm being cautious. I don't want to get caught, you know, in some craziness. Zord, What up, Zord? I'm done for the day. Up 718 in the funded. Great gains. Hey, congrats, man. Summer Smith just hopped on. Can you explain what setup you're looking for next with news? So I'm gonna let price kind of pick a direction. And I'm not gonna jump the gun here. So on a 1 hour chart, the top wick on this 1 hour candle is only about 11 points. So that's not a deep enough retest for me to want to try to go short. I would want a deeper retest up to probably at least the top of this previous 1 hour candle, like 860 area, and maybe start to reject. But with Trump getting ready to talk, it turns into a news trade. So I'm not gonna rush if I don't see anything. King Tone Gaming, what's cracking? D-Money, hey, what's up? Just Jim, I love the fro. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Jerome in the house, you know? It's a Thursday vibe. Let's go. I told Ginger Jerome was gonna make an appearance today, so I'm a man of my word. Let's go. Leo C, your hair grew so fast. Yeah. So it's that Miracle Grow. I went to Home Depot after the stream yesterday and I put some Miracle Grow on it. And I woke up and it was out of control. Jerome, what's your opinion on the agent session? It's frustrating because, and this is just my personal take on it. If I don't trade the agent session, I'll look at the chart and there's a 100, 200 point move. So when I try to trade the agent session, it's a chop fest. So I stay away from it. So Nico Juggin, my guy, D-Money, just joining now. Did we make money this afternoon? Yeah, I took one trade so far. I took a sell. I'm up over $1,800, almost $1,900 on the day so far. Kelly, I'm just here for the comment and like D-Money vibe. Done trading, shut it down, green, and locked it out. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Right? I mean, because if you got Trump coming on right now, we know what time it is. We've seen this for the last 3 days. So, all right. So somebody said Trump is walking in now. CS369, can you see my comment? Yes, I can see your comment. I can see your message. What's up? Yeah, the agent session's been going dumb every night this week. Yeah, it's crazy, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard for me to catch it, though, like, to time it. Because the days I don't trade, like, if I'm like, you know what, I'm going to trade the agent session tonight, it's a chop fest. When I don't trade it, you got to move in one direction. Solid, right? So I stick to the U.S. and the afternoon session. So for me, I had better success trading the open, you know, the U.S. open, the U.S. session in the morning, and then catching trades in the afternoon during power hour. Who looking good, D? So right now, there's not much going on because you got Trump that's about to come out and speak. So I want no parts of that because we don't know where he's going to take the market. So I took one trade. I took a sell. I'm up about $1,900. White Star, D-Money, you are the best. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm just living the dream, right? Living the dream, taking the trades. That's it. Thankful for you guys tuning into the stream as well. So I don't take that for granted. I appreciate it. Okay, so D-Money, do you track your points per day as well? Do you have points in Tick Gold? Yeah, I don't keep track of that because every trade is going to be a little bit different as far as like stop loss, take profit, what I'm seeing on the chart. What I will say, in all honesty, is that I used to say like, oh, you know what? I need to make $1,000 a day, or I need to make, $5,000 a day. And what I actually found out when I started doing that is that I started forcing trades, even if I didn't see a setup, because I felt that if I wasn't at my target profit, I guess, for the day, that I was behind. So it was more of a mental thing for me. So I stopped doing that. I take what I can get. Dennis T, how many years did it take me to become profitable? It took me a few, I'm not gonna lie. So, but I did, it's kind of strange because I made money in Forex as well. Like when I traded Forex. So I had payouts trading Forex. I made money trading stock options. Didn't make a lot of money trading penny stocks. I actually started trading penny stocks and didn't make a lot of money on that. Traded crypto. Taha Jamalet, mucho gracias de dadas. What Forex pairs were you trading? I used to trade UJ, which is, the dollar, and then I basically switched to the GJ, right? I switched to GJ. Rosebud, 123100. The afro is great. No need to keep fixing. I want to make sure my angles are right with the fro, Yeah, GJ full DJ mode. Love it. Yeah, exactly. Right? It's like crazy, but yeah, I used to trade GJ as well. No Euro USD. So it's like one of those pairs where for me it moved too slow, and like if I didn't trade it, I would see people posting that they made a ton of profit. So it's like kind of weird, right? But that's how it was. So gold, no, never couldn't get the timing down with gold either, right? So once I discovered NASDAQ, that was it. I switched from Forex to futures because you had a lot of shady practices going on with brokers and shady prop firms. So I traded with the funded trader, and I hit like a $85,000 payout. And then like I think 2 or 3 weeks after that, I went to go log in on the site, and it literally said, when you go to the website to log in, it's like, hey, we're no longer in business. Right? So that's like, that's not a good feeling. And remember, like, regulations. So futures, the nice part about it is that at least the price you see on your screen is a price that pretty much everybody's seeing, right? Because it's going through the CME and all of that stuff. So Rich White, deep money, let your soul glow. If you know, you know. Exactly, right? I do need some moisturizer though, so I'm gonna have to, the next time Jerome makes an appearance, gotta get some moisturizer. All right, so what is price doing right now? What do I see on the chart? So this is the 15-minute chart. It's rejecting the 14 EMA on a retest. All right, so what I do see on the news behind me, so that's why I just took a look in the back. I do see that it says soon President Trump is going to make some remarks. So it looks like he hasn't spoke yet, but let's go to the 5-minute chart. So on the 5-minute chart, we're kind of stuck in this range, right? So price is kind of undecided as of yet as far as what direction, and I imagine that has to do with Trump. So that's why I'm not kind of jumping into a trade. Rosebud, Jerome needs an Afro pick. Yeah, the next time Jerome makes an appearance, he'll definitely have the pick. Best believe. Rob Fox, golden fro pick. Yeah, right. Where can I see Trump speaking? I believe Fox. So yeah, he hasn't started yet though, because right now I see they're just showing a picture of the White House and he hasn't started yet. But typically right before he speaks, there's volatility as well. So that's why I'm not gonna just jump into a trade. I've been trading for 10 years. Different things, right? Forex, now futures, penny stocks, options, stocks. Yeah, trading news is always wild. That's why, I mean, that's an appetite for blowing an account. So that's why I have no desire to kind of rush. Right now, we are rejecting though. So we just put in previous 5-minute candle closed below the 14 EMA. This current candle had a retest of the 14 and then it pushed down. So, but I will be very cautious myself of trying to enter into a trade right now. Jerome, don't get into Ruben's speech. LOL. Love this D-Money show. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I love you guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in. And like I said, I'm grateful to be here. I'm happy to be here. You've taken 0 trades today. I'm sorry to hear that. So I did catch, I guess while we're waiting. So let's kind of go over. So I'll try to make a habit of doing that. What I saw this morning. On a higher time frame. All right, so this is a 10 o'clock candle, which is the open of the 4-hour candle. So I kind of watched that always, and when I saw that the 11 o'clock candle closed, it failed to put in a let me zoom in a little bit. When the 11 o'clock 1-hour candle failed to put in a higher high and it closed below the 14 EMA, I actually went down to the 5-minute chart and looked for sales, and I actually took sales because I knew that we had an EMA cross to the downside, right? So I basically wanted, when I saw that price had an EMA cross on the lower time frame, I waited for price to get close to the EMAs and I took sales down. My stop loss was back above the EMA, so I was able to control my stop. So that's how I was able to pass 5 of the 150K account today with Apex. Katrina, I'm up 750 on micros today. Hey, congrats. I'm happy for you. Profit is profit, right? Do the math on $750 times 5, right? Times 52 weeks. Well over 100K, I can tell you that. All right, let's see if he hopped on yet. All right, so yeah, he hasn't. There They're not showing him yet, so. All right, do you also plot zones and levels on a different chart, or that's only what you use? Yeah, so I don't draw it out anymore. So, but I'll do something really, because we got time here, because there's not waiting for Trump to speak. So if I'm looking at, let's go to the 1 hour, because I think it's going to show it a little bit better. And right now, price is kind of stuck in this area, but it looks like it wants lower lows, but anything's possible with Trump, right? So I'm not going to get caught up in it. But you got a lot of sell pressure to the downside. So D-Money, you're the best. I appreciate it. Oh, look at that. Ginger, love from California. All right. D-Money to 1,000 likes. Yeah, I don't know what the likes are at, guys, but I would appreciate if you're able to drop a like. So Ginger just told me we're at 844 likes. So if you don't mind, do me a solid. I would appreciate it. D-Money, how do you build confidence to size up on a trade? All right, so let me kind of go over this point that somebody asked about. Like, if I'm drawing out a level, so all I'm doing now, I don't really draw out levels anymore. I just look to the left on the chart. So this is the 1 hour chart. And if I look to the left, I know the last time price was in this area, we had a reaction, right? So whether you call that a support area, whatever you want to call it, right? But if I drew my line, right, or my box or whatever you want to call it, and I would almost have to cover that bottom wick because we had a reaction there. So then if I go down to the lower time frame, right, you can kind of see it clear. The last time price was in this area, we had a push up. Price came back to this area, it swept the lows, and it pushed up, right? I don't draw that out anymore because all I'm doing is I'm comfortable looking to the left and looking at what price did the last time it was in the area. So Alfonso D-Money, hey, what's up? You have a nice audience. Yeah, hey, I appreciate every single person that's here. Honestly, I don't take it for granted. And I think you guys can pick up on that. Like I'm humbled and honored to be here. So this is my dream job, like I said from the beginning. So all right, so I swear I'm gonna have a heart attack every time I take size. So what helped me with taking larger size is copy trading, because I can spread out the risk across multiple accounts versus taking it all in one account. And the other thing is, even if I'm trading off the 1 hour, 4 hour chart, measuring my stops so I know what I'm risking per trade. Joe, what up? Ghost, we love the money. Hey, I love you guys. George, what up? From Miami, the 305. So I did watch, the Laker preseason game last night. Womp womp. So they lost to the Mavericks. If you guys saw that game, I know it's on the West Coast, so can't even win a preseason game. Disappointing. Can we copy trade on TradingView? No, you cannot. So I'm pretty sure there's trade copiers out there that allow you to do that, but I do not trust them because they've had issues in the past, so I stick to Tradevate. Tradevate's actually the premier trade copier that we use at the BDH. Ginger just told me, guys, that we only need 4 more likes to be at 1,000 likes plus. So if you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Let's go. Love your stream, bro. Why is this your dream job? So it's my dream job because I get to actually trade and make money and chill out with you guys. Right? Like, what's better than that? That boy good. Yeah, so all right. On the 5-minute chart, if you kind of notice, we put in a low compared to the previous 5-minute candle, but now we're pushing back up. So check out the size of this wick on the bottom of this 5-minute chart. Almost 40 points. So this is what I mean. Like, we're like, where would your stop be if you're holding, expecting like one move in either direction? Like, where's your logical stop? That's why I stay out of it. Max, D-Money, can you drop a video on trade copier to help the fans? So on trade copying, I mean, that could be a possibility. I mean, what I will say is that Tradeovate has probably one of the easiest trade copiers to use. And I'm pretty sure PW has a video on his page showing how to trade copy. Leo, no stop is the best stop, D. To each his own, right? Is Tradeovate available for mobile? So I think PW was saying that NinjaTrader actually has, I think, the best mobile. You can access it better on NinjaTrader mobile, which obviously I'm pretty sure that NinjaTrader bought out Tradeovate if I'm not mistaken. So, but I don't use the mobile version. Obviously I trade copy, so I'm using the desktop version. All right, so let's see. What are we doing right now? We're just kind of hanging out in a range. That's why I don't trade when the president's speaking, right? Or getting ready to speak. So there has to be at least one day. I'm hoping tomorrow, right? It'll be like the first day I feel like that Trump hasn't spoken during power hour time, like, which is like crazy. Happy for you, D-Money. You deserve it. Hey, I appreciate that. The fro looking good, but where's the pick? I left the pick in the car. Yeah, it looks like he hasn't started to speak yet. All I see on the TV behind me is a picture of the White House, and it says that it hasn't started yet. So, D-Money, can you help me, brother? Help you with what? Be specific on that. They said he's running late. Yeah, that's typically the case, right? So, Trump really making us wait. Sometimes it's like that. So guys, what I will say is that one of the hardest things for me as a trader that it took me a while to realize is that one of my opportunities is being more patient. And that's why, like, now the higher time frame kind of forces me to be patient. Yeah, somebody said, okay, it's putting in a higher low now and an inverse head and shoulder, we may push higher. Yeah, anything is possible. Like, I mean, we've seen this story before. Like, I've seen this over the last couple of days, to be specific. So that's why I'm not jumping the gun on anything. I'm not really interested in anything at the moment because of Trump getting ready to speak, right? So he can say one thing and the market can reverse to a different direction. So I'm not gonna do that. What would I like to see the current 1 hour candle do? All right, so on the 1 hour chart, we are bearish, but if you notice the top wick on the, I look a lot at wicks. So when you kind of measure it out, I mean, you do have over a 20-point wick, but that's not a lot on a 1 hour candle. I would want probably a deeper retest, because what I'm looking at is, look at the selling pressure that's already occurred on, you know, since 11 o'clock in the morning. We've been selling down since 11 o'clock, and this is on the 1 hour chart, by the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of reversal back to the upside. So I need a deeper retest and a rejection of the EMAs for me to want to get short again. BF, bro, you never take a trade. You always wait. I took a trade earlier. How many trades did you take today, BF? So I'm taking trades based off of my strategy, guys, right? I'm not going to force a trade just to force a trade. My goal is to make money. And I took a trade earlier. I'm up almost, you know, what, $1,900 on the day. You know, I took trades during US session as well. But I'm not going to trade when Trump is getting ready to speak, you know, to force a trade, right? Like, I'm not going to do that. Any idea when you have a video about your strategy? Yeah, I'm sure that'll be coming soon. So just be patient on that. But continue to tune into the stream. And I mean, I try to explain every trade that I take. I am Johnny. Can you show your trade live like PW? Yeah, I actually did show you. I did say I was in a short, and I switched to the screen as quick as I could, right after I entered. So Diago, hey D Money, much love from North Carolina. Hey, I appreciate that. What up? Yeah, so guys, we gotta remember, right? So we're trading a session. Like, this is not the highest volume session. So a lot of time, in what's been happening, I mean, it's just a coincidence, but Trump has had some kind of news or something coming out for the last like 3 days. So I mean, I can't control that, right? So I would love to take more trades, but I'm also not gonna trade when the president is having a speech just to trade. Like, I mean, that's craziness to me. So the encouraging part is, obviously, it won't be like this every day, right? During Power Hour. I mean, he can't speak every day. He can only speak every day for so long, right? I hope that's the case. So, but for the last 2 or 3 days, he's been taking over this time frame. So, I mean, like I said, that's just luck of the draw, I guess. I can't do anything about that. D-Money, do you trade 5-minute ORB today? No, I didn't today because I saw consolidation. So, like, if you go to the 5-minute chart, this is a 5-minute chart, and you kind of look at, so, all right, notice the EMAs. This is at 9:30 time frame where my cursor's at, and you see how the EMAs are close together. So that, for me, sometimes kind of signals like consolidation. Price is kind of stuck in a range, so I wasn't going to trade the ORB based off that. I trade the ORB when there's momentum to one direction, and the EMAs, like, so like this candle right here, this 1125 candle, if that was the 5-minute candle at 9:30 and it pushed straight down and it's below both of the EMAs, then I probably would have looked to get short off the EMA retest, trying to ride it down, right? Because I want to have a measured stop. But if it's like tight in a range, I'm not interested in trading it. Swimming. D-Money, love your discipline. It's rubbing off on me. I'm so grateful to you. Hey, you're doing all the work, right? I'm just kind of showing how I trade, and believe it or not, I used to be the opposite. I used to be a gunslinger, and I probably would have already taken 10 trades already, and at the end of the session, I'm like looking back like what had happened, right? Because I probably blew an account. So do you also trade in the morning on a trading room or YouTube? So I do not trade live on YouTube during the US session. I'm going to be doing power hour now. So 1:30 Eastern to 4. However, next week, I'm going to be trading in the morning and right. So check out the stream next week. I'll be in the morning trading, and then I'll also be trading power hour next week as well. All right, so still no Trump. All right, so yeah, D-Money, is it best to wait for an EMA retest before taking a trade? That's what I do. That's how I trade. Because if I can get an EMA retest, at least I know if price breaks above the EMA, if I'm in a short, I want to be out of the trade. So at least I have like an invalidation point for my setup. But right now, we're kind of like stuck in this area where we bounce from, when you look to the left, this is a 30-minute chart. We bounced from this area before. So that's why I'm not like, just trying to get short. We've already had a ton of selling pressure since this morning. So, and you got Trump that's getting ready to speak. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a reaction. MD, he will speak after market close. Get your time right. He might, but that wasn't what the original plan was, right? Trump, he can speak whenever he wants. I mean, that's up to him, but it wasn't originally set for 4 o'clock. But what I know from experience is that there's volatility even leading up to him getting ready to speak. So that's why I'm not interested in, because at that point you're basically taking a news trade. Exactly. Sun Trader 777. The White House said 3 o'clock. So maybe he's not finished with his trades yet. Yeah, that's a possibility. All right, so this is a good question from Jose. D-Money, at what point do you add more prop firms to trade with? So yeah, that's coming. So like I said, I'm working on Apex right now, trying to get up to 20 accounts funded with Apex. I added more to the arsenal today with Apex as far as PAs. So hopefully the plan is within the next week and a half, I'll be at 20 accounts with Apex as well. And then I'm going to start adding others. So that's happening, guys. All right, so as you can see on the 15-minute chart, we're kind of stuck in a range, right? Like it's literally stuck in a range. That's why I'm not like chasing anything here. Neil, I like the hair. Hey, I appreciate it, man. This was styled by Ginger, guys. Let's go. Huge bear flag forming. Yeah, possibility. I mean, I just don't know. Yeah, he's late. He's late again, right? So, I mean, that's just luck of the draw for the last like 2 or 3 days. But how much do I risk per trade? It depends on. It's going to depend on my size and how big my stop loss is. So I try to go down. That's why I kind of leverage the 5-minute chart, because I've discovered that the 5-minute chart kind of allows me to have a measured stop. If I trade off the 1 hour or 4 hour chart, a lot of times my stop has to be bigger. So every trade is a little bit different. Peace in D-Money. You have to be hot with that hair, with that wig on. No, surprisingly, it's not hot at all. So I'm actually pretty good. That boy good. How do I like downtown Fort Lauderdale? I like it a lot. So, I mean, I'm probably a couple of minutes from Las Olas, and I'm not even 10 minutes from the beach. So no complaints on that, right? Prime area. Yeah, my trigger chart typically, Andres, is the 5-minute chart. So if I see something on the 1 hour or 4 hour chart, I'll go down to the 5-minute chart and look for an entry. Right now, we're just consolidating. So that's what I see right now. Look at the 30-minute chart, right? We're just kind of barcoding. This current 30-minute candle has a pretty much the same size wick at the top and the bottom. So that tells you that there's some indecision going on. Market hasn't picked the direction. Why not use the 1 minute? Because I haven't had success with the 1 minute chart. There's a lot of fake outs and there's too many candles. That's why. Chris Kelly, I use the 14 and 50 EMA. 14 and 50 EMA. That's right. Would I ever meet up? I mean, I'll never say never, right? So as I get more acclimated. D-Money, you should think about trading 1 to 2 micros in the downtime at low risk. Stops, just scalps away. LOL. Yeah, I don't trade micros though. What did Jerome eat today? Jerry. I actually went to Starbucks. I got a frap and a cheese Danish. Let's go. What am I gonna get tonight? I don't know. Maybe the chicken parm. Possibility. I like PW 21 and 9 a bit better. Yeah, so guys, it's a preference thing, right? It's a preference thing. There's no right or wrong. Steve Trades, let's go, my man. Over 1,000 likes. That boy good. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Why don't you trade micros? Because I'm trading a 150K account, right? So I'm not gonna trade micros. Nothing against micros. Somebody posted earlier that they were up $750 on micros. So there's nothing wrong with trading micros. You got to trade how you want to trade. But this time, guys, like right now, I mean, I wish there was, we're kind of stuck. We're stuck in the area, right? I took one trade. Around sound, they're trying to blow your account. Yeah, it could be a possibility, but that's not gonna happen, guys, right? So I'm not gonna force a trade just to force a trade. I'm gonna take my setup. If it doesn't work out, I'll take the L, right? But I'm not gonna trade during a time where price is kind of stuck in a range and it's not going anywhere. That's not a good strategy for me. So Rosier, just join in. Great look, D-Money. Hey, I appreciate it. AKA Jerome in the house, right? So, yeah, guys, if you're tuning in right now, I took a I took a sell earlier. Off the 5-minute chart, rejection of the EMAs, right? Price kind of failed to put in. Back in this area over here, I took a sell. Actually, I'm sorry, it was here. So price actually failed to put in a higher high. I saw that. Took a sell. Stop loss was above the previous candle's high, right? Took profit before it tapped the previous day's low, which is that blue line. And now at this point, we're pretty much kind of stuck. We're ranging because of, I guess, the market waiting for Trump to speak. So I'm up about almost $1,900, $1,800 and some change on the day. So I am green on the day. All right, so D-Money, any 3 p.m. strategy you use, like ORB, etc.? No, so I do, that 2 o'clock candle is what I'm primarily going by, because remember, the 2 o'clock candle is also the open of the next 4-hour candle. So I try to gauge what price is gonna do based off the price action. So this is the current 4-hour candle. We didn't have a huge retest to the upside. If you notice this current 4-hour candle, the wick at the top is only like 6 or 7 points. So that's the other thing that I'm keeping in mind. And as you kind of continue to join the stream and tune in, you'll kind of see that for me, wicks tell a story. So I would have wanted a deeper retest back up to maybe the 14 EMA on the 4-hour chart, and then a rejection. And then I could have joined the move back down, but we didn't get that, right? So I just kind of took what I can get. All right, Trump is on, somebody just said. So Scott Trades, what's up, man? How's it going, brother? All right, so Sherelle Gilmore, I always give you likes, but you never read my comments. Keep up the great job, D-Money. Hey, I appreciate it. I just read your comment. Let's go. Scott Trades, you're looking good today. Smooth. Yeah, hey, I appreciate it, man. I wish, guys, like I said, if you're tuning in now, I feel like today's at least the 3rd day that Trump's either tweeted during this session or had news. So I think I took multiple trades yesterday. I think I took 3 or 4 trades yesterday. I think 2 trades the day before that. Today I've only taken 1 trade. It was a sell. I'm up about 1,900, but I'm not gonna obviously trade when the president's talking, right? I mean, that's not a great recipe for me. So, and right now price is kind of stuck in this range. Tyler, he's saying a bunch of nonsense. Yeah. The only issue is though, right? If he says the right thing or the wrong thing, look out. D-Money, now I'll go to sleep. Made money today. A big week, Glory. That boy good. Let's go. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, man. Hey, and while you mention that, I got to say that I don't take this for granted. I'm getting a lot of DMs from people that are tuning into the show saying that, hey, I got 2 payouts this week. I got my first payout, or I passed an eval, or I took a trade off the 10 o'clock 4-hour candle. Like, that means a lot, guys. I'm not the first person that used, obviously, a 4-hour candle or anything like that, but it does mean a lot to me that I'm adding value to the BDH network, right? So I'm happy to be here. D-Money, do you have a daily profit target? Not necessarily. So I'm gonna take what I can get. So I'm up like $1,900 today, and Trump is speaking. So more than likely, I'm gonna be content with that. I'm not gonna force anything else. Right? White Sand 129. You know how to trade D-Money. I started making money by watching you. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate that. Jensla, you took 28 trades today? Wow. How did that work out? I'm scared to ask almost, to be honest. That's a lot of trades. Unless you're trade copying, right? Doug, doing a great job, D-Money. Hey, I appreciate that, Doug. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're a solid dude, D-Money. Mo, hey. Thanks, man. All right, so right now, guys, price is kind of, we've been stuck in this area, kind of ranging. This is the 5-minute chart. If I go to the 15-minute chart, this is exactly what I'm kind of talking about, right? We're stuck in this area, so I'm not looking to join the madness with Trump talking. Bart, LOLD money. Yeah, man. Hey, this is Jerome's fro, brother. That's how we roll, right? You never know what you're gonna get tuning into the D-Money show. Let's go. Candle 3 guy. Or candle guy. Keep up the great work, man. You're crushing it. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. If I start the day with 2 losses, do you call it a day or try to trade your way out of it, out of drawdown? So that is an easy way to get tilted and basically revenge trade. So if I take 2 losses, if I'm taking a third trade, because I typically take 2 to 3 trades per day, but if I'm going to take a third trade, my stop better be defined. Like for me, myself, right? I can only talk about myself. My stop has to be measured out. And if that third trade is a loss, then I'm more than likely done for the day. Wayne Michael, back in the day with the Isley brothers. LOL. Yeah, I just don't want to get caught in the madness, guys, right? I mean, that's basically what I'm saying. So right now, 15-minute chart, we're right at an EMA. This is the 14 EMA. We're right at the 14 EMA on the 15-minute chart. But we haven't closed as of yet, even for me to end it. I'm not interested in joining this because Trump is talking. So it's ranging in a range. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of breakout, but what direction, I have no idea. All right, Yvette, I started watching you about 3 weeks ago and have become a better trader and passed some evals. Wow. Hey, like I always say, right, Yvette, I appreciate the kind words, but you did the work, right? I didn't pass those evals for you, so congrats to you on that. I'm just basically showing my trades, guys, and my thought process when I'm taking trades. So it might not suit everybody. I might miss out on some moves, but that's okay, right? I'm staying true to my strategy. Drive Fire 8. Thank you, D-Money. Can't wait for next week when you do the New York Open. Yeah, I'm excited for that as well. So I'll be looking to see if I can get some good ORB trades right at the Open, and then, you know, kind of go from there, right? See how the session plays out. We climbing up, Jerome. Yeah, I see that, but I'm still not gonna just jump in, right? So, all right, so this is the 5-minute chart. You do have some bullish pressure starting. Are we gonna close above the 50 EMA and start to get some momentum to the upside? So the momentum, you typically see it build on the lower time frames first, right? So if I had to guess right now, the 1-minute chart, 2-minute chart, 3-minute chart, we're above obviously the EMAs on that time frame, but we are not yet on a 5-minute, and the 5-minute chart is what I trade, right? So, but yeah, you're correct. We are starting to push to the upside, but there's also only 7 minutes left in this current 1-hour candle. So now, if you are a price action trader, you are looking at this current 1-hour candle and it's starting to close as a bullish pin bar, right? I mean, there's about 6 minutes and 15 seconds left, which is encouraging because we've had a lot of selling pressure to the downside. So I wouldn't be surprised if this candle it spans higher because the last time we were in this area, it did the same thing, and Trump spoke, right? Trump was speaking yesterday when this happened, so it's like deja vu. Hey, D-Money, I just popped in. How many trades did you make in the stream? I only took one trade today. I didn't get a deep enough retest on the 1 hour chart to initially get short, so I had to wait for the 5-minute chart to kind of give me a measured stop. I took one trade. It was a sell. I'm up almost $1,900 on the day. So, and then obviously we thought Trump was going to speak at 3. He's late. He's talking now, right? So that's why I haven't taken another trade. So great long, J Trades, great long. Look, low took out yesterday's low, then left 1 hour pin bar, then pulled back into pin bar wick. Yes, you're correct on that. The only issue is that Trump is speaking, right? So if I was gonna get long, I would probably I will wait for the close of this 1 hour candle, just in case there's some kind of craziness that Trump says or something, right? That confirms that price wants to go higher, and then I would probably look to get long. But that's just me, right? Everybody's different. There's no right or way around the trade. However you trade it, it's how you trade it. So $32 trade completed, going hard. Hey, congrats if that's what you're looking to do. So if you're looking to take 32 trades a day, more power to you. I can't, like I said, unless you're copy trading, but that's too many trades for me. Scott trades, wow. Oh my, yeah. What's your are you in profit on the day with those 32 trades? That's a lot of trading. Exactly. Yeah, the question is, are you green? That's the question. I agree. All right, so right now prices had some bullish pressure to the upside for sure. As of right now, we haven't closed above the 50 EMA on a 5-minute chart. It's kind of acting as, if you want to say, resistance level or area of concern for bulls right now. Still got 3 minutes left on this candle. D-Money, how many trades did you take this session? I only took one trade today, so I didn't get a decent retest to the upside for sells, so I had to join the party for sells on a 5-minute candle that wasn't close to the EMA, so I only took one trade. I'm up like 1,900. So, and then you had Trump that was supposedly speaking at 3, and he started late, right? So I wasn't going to get caught in the middle of that, so. Dump like the last few days. Yeah, that's happened, right? And that's why I'm not, I'm not gonna get caught up in it, right? Tomorrow's another day, guys. As far as, like I said, he's not gonna speak every day during power hour time, right? So, but he's been speaking. There's been craziness going on with the market the last like 3 days with him either tweeting or speaking. So I'm cautious of that, right? I don't want to give back profit. What's up, Jerome? How did it go? We're pretty good. I mean, I'm green on the day. About $1,900, right? I'll take it. With Trump, kind of doing what he's been doing the last 2 or 3 days with news during power hour. I'll take it, guys, right? Next week, if you missed it, so Sounds like I will be doing the US session as well as the 1:30 slot. So I'll be trading both. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's go. You successfully stared at charts for 5 hours? Well, sorry to hear that, brother. Alexander Medina, I've been watching you live for the past few weeks and I've learned a lot from you, man. Hey, I appreciate that. All right, so we're about to close this candle and just my thoughts, I guess, right? So yeah, we close as a bullish pin bar. Wouldn't be surprised to see a retest maybe down and then push up to the upside, but anything's possible, right? So Joseph Royale, D-Money got the wig on. Yeah, it's Jerome in the house. Let's go. Master Willed Mobile, you taught some good stuff so far, bro. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Just trying to share some of the stuff that I've went through in my journey as a trader, good and bad, right? I'm not gonna sit here and act like everything has been peaches and cream. I've blown accounts. I have losing days just like everybody else. So, but I know what helped me is really using the higher time frame and not actually having FOMO, not trading news. Or during a news session, like AKA Trump is talking or getting ready to talk. That for me is not, I'm not going to force a trade. So, but yeah, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Tomorrow's another day, right? So I'm going to call it here, guys. It'll be interesting to see how this 4 o'clock candle kind of reacts since we had a bullish pin bar on, the previous 1 hour candle. So what's my final P&L? I'm up about 1900 JT Irby. So until the next time, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the D-Money Show. Tomorrow is Friday. Looking forward to it. Hopefully Trump won't be speaking and I'll put on more trades. So sometimes you got to take that green and run. Let's go. Until tomorrow, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Every legend has a story. Every story has a beginning. New energy, new show, new money. Coming soon to the BDH the D-Money Show. Live on YouTube, weekdays at 1:30 p.m. Eastern.
Took those buys off the 200 level. Who's doing it like we doing it at the BDH, the D-Money Show, Power Hour? Nobody's doing it like us, chat. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I close. I'm out. Where's my money bucket? Where's that money bucket at? It's raining money, chat. It's raining money. The market maker's raining money on me. We got a visitor, chat. Let's see who it is. Jerome's in the house. Live from the BDH. I'm here, baby. That boy good. That boy good. That boy good.